Hello, and welcome along to tonight's stream. Tonight on the stream, I was planning on looking at BoxStarter. I was going to be doing some BoxStarter stuff to fix the build. And when I said that I was going to be doing that, my friend and colleague, Adil, said that he would like to come and join us for no other reason than he wants to be part of the effort. So I'm happy to say that Adil is here. So you should be able to see him now. Say hi, Adil.
Hello, hi. Hello, everyone. I just thought I'd join and hop on to hang a little bit.
So the idea tonight is, I sort of got handed this task by Manfred. I don't know if Manfred's going to be on the stream tonight or not. He should be. He better be, because he asked me to do this work, and he should be here to see me do it. So currently, as I was explaining to Adil just before we came on, the AppVeyor build for BoxStarter is currently breaking, and it's breaking with a big red exception at the bottom here, and as a result, it is stopping things. Oh, what?
Ooh, I think it's being a little jerky. Maybe it's better if my video is off. Maybe it's better if because I think you're sending too much data. Maybe.
See, I'm not getting any drop frames. It's telling me I've got drop frames as 0. Now, the only time we had this issue,
It's really choppy, I think, for the folks on at home, and I can see it here from my Twitch stream as well. It's not the demo test stream that I'm doing. I think I'm the problem.
Can we just confirm that Twitch hasn't got any issues at the minute? Is there like a status page for Twitch at the minute? Because we've had this issue before. We had this issue once before. Only updating every 2 to 3 seconds. Well, that's bad. Let's just have a quick look at Twitch status.
Yeah, Kim is posting about it. You can go to status.twitch.tv.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it just now. It's saying
looks like everything's operational.
Huh. But then if I pull you out of the stream, then I don't know. How would that work? Would we just do an audio call? How would that work?
Yeah, I think we could just do an audio call. That's fine. I'm okay to just be audio.
Can we switch to that from a voice call?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Ooh, I wonder. Can we just not do video? What if I turn off my video?
I mean, I can.
Is that essentially enough?
I can go to. I mean, I'll still hear you. It's as to whether the folks will still hear you. So that's
a good question.
That's a little bit disappointing.
So if I'm away right now, like here's my video, you can see me right now, and then if I go away, and I'm just audio, now I wonder if that'll improve the overall stream. I assume you can probably take my video preview away even.
I can do that by doing that. So if I see Kim and Maurice in the chat room, so if one of you can let us know if it's gotten any better, that would be great. Do I see anything in my Twitch dashboard that'll tell me if things are bad? Twitch dashboard. Oh, quick look. You're live. Long press on your avatar to go straight to Stream Manager. Let's do that. So we've been streaming for 5 minutes. Okay, there was a little bit of a lag there though between. I don't even know how to see on this dashboard if things are bad or not. We see the Skype logo, but same lag. So I'm wondering if it's Twitch. I mean, like I say, there's nothing on. Oh, really? So there is one warning in OBS, and that is saying that encoding overloaded ! Consider turning down the video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Does anyone know what that means? I mean, I can play with some settings to see if it makes things better. If I could find the preferences thing over here. Mm-hmm. You can still you can obviously remain in the chat, Adil, because that would be you would
Yes,
still be welcome in the chat. But okay, so if I stop my Skype and that encoder warning goes away, then that kind of answers that question. So okay, so let's do that then. Let's drop the call and we'll see what happens. Bye. Sorry, dude. So Adil has left us. Is my encoding overloaded going to go away? Has anyone seen a marked difference in output to Twitch now that Adil has left? Looks like there's still a lag. Not enough power to do full encoding in real time, perhaps. So the error that was saying encoding overloaded has just disappeared. Isn't really something I know anything about though. Yeah, it's not something I really know about either. Seems that your encoding of your stream, converting your video stream, is having issues. So has it gotten any better? Because the warning has gone away. Can anyone confirm or deny? Nope. Beautiful. Seems to be a bit better. So Manfred's saying it's not any better. Maurice is saying it's maybe a little bit better. Oh, okay. So Manfred's now saying, okay, so let's put it down to my machine trying to do too much then. So good to know. Good to know. Seems to be a bit better. Just 1 second lag now. Seems like I'm going cleanly. As with lag was it? Okay. Oh no, Manfred, that's a low blow. That's a low. That's a low blow. So I may need to look at having another machine then for doing what I was trying. See, I used to have a machine for doing the Skype part of it, but it kind of blew up, and that was all Kim's fault. But I haven't got a machine anymore because well, like I say, it blew up. So I started doing some folding at home, and my CPU blew up. So I don't have a Windows machine anymore. So we're gonna have to figure out. See, the other thing. So I was just on a call the other day. I was on a call, and I think I spoke to you about this. Adil, to use OBS Ninja to do the taking other people and put them into the stream, and some of the encoding was done on the servers and all that sort of stuff, and it works great. But it doesn't work on a Mac. And it says that you have to pin to OBS 23, but I tried to install OBS 23 and it wouldn't install properly, it wouldn't work. So the whole idea of using OBS Ninja to help with that doesn't fly either. Maurice, perhaps you should get your PowerPC back. PowerPC? Yeah, Kim's definitely. It was his idea to do folding at home, and it didn't work. Anyway, so Adil left the stream to get us on track. So let's see if Windows Fanboy fully bought into. Oh, I got given a Mac as part of my job, so I haven't. That's the only physical machine that I have now is my Mac. I thought you knew this. That's what he handed to me on day one. It was like, here's a Mac, learn how to use it. So all these Windows machines that you see here are all VMs running on my Mac. Anyway, right, what we need to fix is this error. So this error here is specifically saying that the imported project, C program files, x86, MSBuild, Microsoft Visual Studio, v15, web application, targets wasn't found. Now, I get that same error if I try running that locally on my machine. Now, what I don't understand though is why it started doing this. because if we look at the history of this project on AppVeyor and we scroll down a little bit, then it was working all green builds for a period of time. They were all green builds, and then something changed around 3 months ago, and it all started breaking. Now, from what I can see, nothing changed from a project point of view, and nothing changed from an AppVeyor configuration point of view, but it's just stopped working. So we need to figure out what's going on. So I thought I will load it up in Visual Studio, and we'll hopefully see it fail in Visual Studio, and then set about fix. I've got a rough idea about how to fix it, so I'm going to take it for a spin. It ain't my fault you don't have a computer. Oh, fighting talk. PowerPC is the precursor of the modern Macs before switch to Intel. Yes, I think I knew that. Could be due to an image update. See, I did wonder that, but it's also, from what I could see, it's. Oh, you see, that's even failing to load. So the web project is completely broken. So, well, let's fix it to start with. Oh, interesting. So my gut is telling me to use the web application targets NuGet package rather than looking for it on the file system. That's where I'm gonna go and have a look, but it's currently failing to load at all. So we need to fix that before we can do anything. And of course, Visual Studio is now locking up on me. I think there's some updates happening on this VM tonight as well. Not having the best of luck so far. I did not see. So yeah, I mentioned that to Adil as well, that the whole I should, when I push the button in my Stream Deck, it should send a tweet out to say that the stream has started. But for some reason tonight it didn't happen. But what will happen is if I push the button to finish the stream, it will send that no problems. It's a little bit annoying, is what it is. Anyway, so the line that's failing is this one. The line that's failing is this one. Oh, see? See, that's a little bit strange. So the reason I needed the disk cleanup, Maurice, is because I ran the installer for. I didn't run the installer. I ran the build script for BoxStarter, and it installs a bunch of stuff. And I basically got down to nothing left. So I started running disk cleanup just before coming on the stream to try and salvage some space. So it's currently thinking away. So it is a very old ASP.NET MVC project, just to give you a heads up on where we are. So it's now at least loading. If we look in the packages.config file, then oh no, it's the MSBuild. So we want the other one. Another web target. There's a web applications one. So if we do NuGet.org and we look for web, see what it comes up with. Web application targets. Targers. Now I have to try and remember what the name of the web application. No. MSBuild. One's here. That is the web targets one. Is that the one I'm thinking of? If it is, then I don't think it's loaded properly. What did Adil just? Beautiful. I'm gonna liken. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to remove that. I'm going to remove that target, that package, and I'm going to re-add it, and I'm going to see what it does. So if we take this one out, and then we browse for it again, and we say install, what is that going to do to organize chocolate BoxStarter? What is that going to do to my CS_proj file? So let's add it back in, and then over here. So the fact that I've got 21 change files, that's not important because that's part of the build, because it updates a bunch of stuff. The one that I'm interested in is this one. That wasn't necessarily what I expected it to do. Oh no, hold on. It's importing it up there. So what's it doing this one for? Why is it doing that one? Let's go and have another look at that. And then where's the thing I'm looking for? I want to. Why can't I see the unload? Oh, there it is. It's down at the bottom. Right, edit this. So this is duplicated, so we don't need that line. So I'm curious as to why that's there. Because I take that out and reload. I still build this project. Have a look. Rebuild all succeeded, and if I'm curious. Well, my main question, Kim, is really why is it there at all? Because if I have the web targets via the NuGet package, then I shouldn't need that Visual Studio one at all. Let's see if we can get the BoxStarter website to run at all. And then if this works, we'll throw it up onto BoxStarter. We'll throw it on up onto AppVeyor, and we will see if that fixes the build. And then that starts a larger discussion around what we're going to do with the BoxStarter project. It's wholly broken. Where's all my CSS? First. But 404 not found. Well, that's a little bit concerning. Those files don't exist. So the other part of this whole thing is I'm not overly familiar with the BoxStarter website. So then it becomes a question of, well, see, there is no content folder there. And that would explain why but I don't know whether the process of building the website is meant to get those from somewhere else, or whether okay. I mean, we can put them back. I mean, well, I'm saying I can do that. Reinstall the Bootstrap package. Was that an actual package? Oh, look at that. I did not see that. So let's do just what Kim has suggested. Let's do that. Let's do this for both Bootstrap and jQuery. I mean, that's one way of doing it. I was going to take a note of that. Yes, I'm going old school. I've got a bit of paper and I've got a pen. So we're on version 3.4.1 of Bootstrap, and we are on version 1.9.1 of jQuery. Now, I suspect those are old, and I don't necessarily want to update them at the minute. So I'm going to uninstall them manually. Okay, so there's a Twitter Bootstrap. Well, there is. The Twitter Bootstrap is 3.0.1.1. Okay, so let's remove that then. Sure. I'm not out of disk space. Don't think I am. Oh, I've got like at least a gig free. Not quite there yet. I'm gonna survive it. I'm gonna survive. Okay, and then jQuery, we're gonna uninstall that too. Old school days of using NuGet for client-side libraries. Gotta love it. So let's do that again. Let's put jQuery back in. And it was version 1. Oh, that's quite an old one. Love it. So this is jQuery. This is Bootstrap. And this is Twitter. I believe you're right, Maurice, but we're going to stick with the old one. So that was that, and let's go to Bootstrap. I mean, if we were gonna do this differently, we would do it completely differently. 780 megabytes is out of space. It's not. That's enough. The file. Do you want to overwrite it? Yes, because it's currently broken. Yes. Fonts. Sure. Yes. Yes to all. I'm already bored. Right. And then Twitter. Twitter Bootstrap was that one. Anything less than 10% is out of space. Well, it's a 60 gigabytes hard drive. I believe 1.9. It's entirely possible, Maurice. Entirely possible. But let's one thing at a time. What I was put forward to fix tonight by Manfred was to fix this build. If I can get the build working and the subsequent build on AppVeyor working, then we can look at starting to do other things. It's a packages file with them. What the one? Oh, that looks a lot better. Look at that. There's Matt's happy smiling face. Beautiful. Okay, so in theory, that's running. So let's have a look at what changes we've done and see about pushing something up to AppVeyor. So let's have a look. So a refresh here. So this one is, we're taking that one out. Oh my goodness, what's that? Backup? Let's remove that. C, GitHub, organizations, property, BoxStarter, backup and backup one. Remove those. Okay, sure. Microsoft advises to use 80 gigabytes for Windows Server 2019 install. Go change your. I accept pull requests. I'm trying to fix BoxStarter because Manfred told me I had to. Hi Joel, how are you? I'm getting abuse from this crowd. Can you sort them out? They're saying I've got no disk drive space left, and I've got plenty. Got at least 500 megabytes. All about the abuse tonight. 794. Look, it's going up. What was I doing? Right, I don't want this changes to the PSD1 files, so they can come out. Set, sure. And then assembly info, don't need that one. And then local repo, that's an interesting change. Back to that one. Don't want that one. Both of those can come out. Don't need those. Bootstrapper, it can come out. So in other words, honestly, got no words. No words. That can come out. Assembly, that one can come out. So we made some changes to the packages.config file, which has bumped it to net 451. That's fine. So those versions are the same. We removed and we reinstalled that one, and then we removed and we reinstalled that one. So they're fine. The changes to the CS proj file, NuGet package import stamp. Yeah. Use global application. Oh, sure. We added those files back in. And then, see, it's added that one back in again. I kind of really want it to be there. What did we walk into? Doing good. Ran into a wall with what I'm doing. I thought it was a literal wall for a second there, but it's all good. I'm going to reset that one. Okay, I'm going to say build. Trying to fix AppVeyor build. Uninstalled and reinstalled some NuGet packages in an attempt to get things working on there. Okay, so we'll commit that, stage all those, and then commit that. And before we do anything else, let's go over here and open up code. Bit more hesitant to say I could do that these days. Hardly leaving my house nowadays. True, do that. If it's a real wall, running into walls in the middle of my living room, you should love it. So this is the test that we want to do. So if we do, work with me here. If we do something, kind of want to leave the disk util running now that it's doing it. Let's just, we will proceed with the slow, and then what was it called? Build.ps1. And then it was called quick deploy. So we'll run this test locally, and we'll see if it builds successfully here. I suspect we'll still see an error in the output, but let's give it a try. And then if this works, Maurice, we may look at updating some stuff. But I'm a bit concerned about all of these. See, I want to take that. I really think I want to take it out. The one I'm looking at is this one. Speaking of scaling things in your living room, you have not paid your new kitten tax. Has Joel got a new kitten? Did I miss something? The kitten gets plenty of cuddles. Oh, there's definitely a kitten in the mix. Did you see my cat? I don't often post pictures of my cat. Oh, I've closed Slack because I thought that was what was where's my one of my cat I posted the other day? Yeah, this fur ball. Right. This is the after photo. Right? That's the after photo of the cat. And literally, this photo doesn't give it justice, but this is literally the same size of the cat, and it's hair everywhere, right? And it's still got a lot of hair on the go. I don't understand where it all comes from. Anyway, enough cat stuff. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to try running that again. He's a monster, is what he is. An absolute monster. What? Let's see. Imported project. WebApplication. Did I not save the file? Did I delete the wrong thing there? I think I might delete the wrong line. Or maybe I didn't delete it. I didn't delete it, did I? So there is an element of truth to that idea. I'll be honest, there is. I've always wanted a dog. Like, literally, from as early as I can remember, I've always wanted a dog. I was never allowed one. So when we were discussing getting a pet, I obviously put forward the suggestion that we get a dog, and it quite quickly got shot down. So we ended up with a cat instead. The output path property is not set for the project BoxStarter. Oh, the cat knows. The cat knows. The output path property, the output path property, the output path property, the output path property. The project file may be invalid or missing targets required for restore. I don't know if that's new or not. A numeric comparison was attempted. I don't think Paul would like that idea. So I'm not convinced that this is going to fix it, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. So let's remove VS port for web targets. Are covered. Then package, which the project stored. Oh, don't be showing me pictures of the sky, Manfred. That's just cruel. I'll bring her up on the stream though. Oh, it's too cute. Too cute. There's Manfred's dog. Oh, look at her. So big. 10 months, eh? Wow. Look how small she was. Oh, too cute. Too cute. Do this. This Windows module installer is eating up a lot of stuff as well. I do wonder if there's a update happening in the background in addition to this trying to happen. But we'll get there. Right. So once this build has succeeded, I'm going to push this up onto AppVeyor and see what happens. I'm going to put Sky away now, Manfred. But yeah, super cute. Let's just not push it to the wrong place. Let's have another window. And this window's going to open and then it's going to finish the way it's going to go. Getting there. So really? Why would a Windows module installer part of the disk cleanup? That seems a little bit counterintuitive to what I've asked it to do, no? It's going to get there. See, I told you. Right, I'm going to push it anyway. Get push upstream. Let's see what this does in AppVeyor. These safe for work, Joel? Or put them up on? Oh my goodness. I'm going to put them up. Oh my goodness. That is cute as well. Love it. How old is Jasper? She? He? This cleanup tries to delete previous versions of updated files. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Is it actually cleaning anything up? No, it's gone up a bit. I'm up to it's up into reporting in gigabytes now rather than megabytes. I'm making progress. And it's also a known issue that it uses lots of resources. Looks like it still does. Okay, so we're building on AppVeyor. Let's see. Nice. So, how long does this build typically take on AppVeyor? So it is a he, 7 or 8 weeks. So the build failed in about 5 minutes before. So let's see what it gets to. So while that's building on AppVeyor, sure. What are the confused by these red markings? Now what is this? Oh, those files are ignored. That explains why they are not, or they weren't included. Why are they being ignored? That seems a little strange. That's a question for another day. And by that, I mean later on in the stream, probably. Make any sense? Look at the get ignore file. And indeed, content, fonts, scripts, and launch folders are all get ignored. The content comes from a NuGet package, yes. But that NuGet package obviously wasn't being restored because it wasn't putting those files back in place. And I get that, but I ran the build, so they weren't there until we reinstalled the package. So either something is broken in the build, or the installation of that NuGet package doesn't put them into the right place until it's installed. So there's something going on there, but come back to it. Okay, I want to see if this is going to work. See, we're talking, I'm not sure if that's true. I mean, the JavaScript files that we're talking about are, or the CSS files that we were talking about, are literally 1.3 megabytes. So I can't imagine that that would be the case. I'll be honest. I can't imagine that that would be it. Just looking at the photos of Joel's cat. What are we breaking this time? Ideally, Ideal did break the stream. So now, that aside, the way that the website is currently deployed is not really a problem that those files are not there. See, some. The output path was not set for the project BoxStarter project. Please check to make sure that you have specified a valid combination of configuration and platform for this project. Configuration, debug, platform. You may see this message because you're trying to build a project without a solution file and you have specified a non-default configuration or platform that doesn't exist for this project. Okay, so I thought that that error that I was seeing locally would be a red herring, but it looks like it is a problem. So let's have a look and go further up. So into the, which one? Let's start at the beginning. BoxStarter chocolatey. BoxStarter chocolateys. CSS proj. Output path. Oh, look at that. So we are setting the output path when the configuration is debug and any CPU. For some reason on AppVeyor, that is being set to, I read that, platform is empty. Why is the platform empty? I think this could be the root of the problem. So in the build script, which is going to be in here, we are calling the default.ps1 with the quick deploy target, which is this one, and that is building the web package. Let's go to build web. Build web. So we are calling MSBuilds with clean. I don't see a configuration argument there. Configuration. I also don't see a platform. Did anyone change this file recently in the solution, in the project, sorry? I'll call that BoxStarter. Lots of updating documentation, blog posts. nothing immediately standing out to say that it's got broken 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. So if the configuration is empty, then it goes to debug, and that would explain why on AppVeyor it is running a debug build, but it hasn't done the same for the platform argument. So as a result, the platform argument isn't set to any CPU. So if we did the same trick here and said platform copy any CPU, then I think it would start working. But I also don't like doing that. So let's do this. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription, Adil. I have no idea what that emote is, but I'm glad you like it. The imported. Stop it! Visual Studio. Visual Studio's put it back in again. Why does it keep putting that import back in again when I don't want it? I really don't want it to be there. Okay, still red text. Output path property for project. Oh, that's a Bootstrapper one, so we'd have to go back and fix that one. Okay. But what I don't understand is why, as part of our build process, we aren't setting that. So, you try to tell me that there's nothing in here that sets configuration part of the build. That's simply defining what they are. Source, issue template. Oh. Yes, one. Ending reboot. There. See, that one has it. No, it's the one we just added it in. I was getting all excited there for a second. The one we just added it into. That one has it. The web launch? Does that mean that we don't see it in the web launch? So we see it in Bootstrapper, tests, WinConfig, Okay. So web launch has it. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. I'm confused now then as to how this ever built. And this is kind of what I want to see. Well, that should be build artifacts, I would have thought. Build.proj. Who calls this? Nobody. But it is included there. Okay. Not convinced that. Oh. Okay, I'm not following along with your hex in the chat room. But if I copy this and start to go into each of these, into that one, into this one, that one is the one we already had it in. BoxStarter, click one. That already had it. This one. Here. Config. Give BoxStarter common. Build packages. Don't think there's anything there. Build scripts. Integration tests. No, is it not? This one. This in here. Web. Here. See, that one has it as well. Okay. Did that fix some things? Hold on. If you're really curious, you could use this website to convert between hex and text. Okay. I'm going to copy this one while I'm waiting for this build. Input data for text. Let's get aboard the choo choo. Oh, so that's the one that had a typo in it. Is that right? Copy. Gary, what? Wasn't just my wife, my mum, my dad. They all said no. Never got a dog. Never got a dog. I'm not bitter. Build packages, PS proj. I missed one. Build packages. So there was something in here. This one. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Typing hex into a project. There we go. Try this again. I went and had a look. I was curious. So I only saw, which one was this? Restore NuGet package. Oh, so that's maybe why the interesting. Restore, maybe that's why it didn't put the files into the folder, because it wasn't succeeding correctly. That's a guess, but it could be. And I want to go back and have a look at the build scripts and then look at my default one and task is this one. Okay. Let's let that finish. And then we'll run just the one that's failing and then dig into it from there. Oh, hold on. I don't want to copy that yet. I've got something on my clipboard. I'll come back to it. I might forget, but I'll try not to. Okay, let's try this again. Not with that, with this one. See if there's still some red text on there. Copy. Paste. Oh, you see, now you convert it to something else. Website doesn't work anymore. Right, where was I? A numeric comparison was attempted on MSBuild assembly version that evaluates to an empty string instead of a number in condition MSBuild assembly version less than 15 in the NuGet restore targets. No, well, I realized that after I looked at it properly, after copying and pasting it. The NuGet restore targets failed. So where are the NuGet restore targets coming from? NuGet restore. Let's have a look at here again. Ooh. Where's NuGet.exe coming from? That's coming from there. And I think as part of the installation of this thing, it installed NuGet.command line. I think. NuGet.command line, it did. Let's just confirm that. NuGet.command line. There's a fly in my office. Okay. So NuGet exe is calling that on the BoxStarter solution. So let's have another look at the BoxStarter solution. Slightly confused as to what's going on here. Part of the problem, I think, is that this project is quite old, and I wonder if it's doing things in a way that it doesn't need to do it anymore. Back up to what's failing. NuGet scratch. So where's the NuGet stored targets coming from? So there's nothing in here that explicitly says to check for that. Oh, there is something in here, right enough. No, that's for the build. Oh. Interesting. That's interesting. Oh, it goes 2017. Oh, so that got put there by the installation of the 2017 build tools. So that's why there's an MSBuild there and why it can rely on that being there. Okay, so that part I understand. That doesn't necessarily explain why it's failing there. Target. So someone on the internet's got the exact same error message as me. Get restore target. All target. That's old school. I don't even want to go down that route. See, that's not how I was doing it. Any reference? Oh, that's one of the things that added in, wasn't it? I wonder. And look at stop it. Oh, see, that's changed. No, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Still a fly in my office. It's right in front of me. Put that bloody line back in again, isn't it? You need to stop doing that. environment. Update local NuGet scratch. It's so you are there. NuGet restore BoxStarter. No, he's far too lazy a cat to do that. No. That be a reboot? Okay. I have a thought. And I'm going to go and put that to the test. Where my thought is I need to reboot the machine. So let's go ahead and try that. What hard drive space did I end up with? Oh, gazillions. Look, 2.37 gigabytes. But if that's the case, I wonder. Not clear on what you're referring to there, Manfred, because that's what we did right at the start of the stream. So unless I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, I think we've already done that. Build one store. What the name? Store NuGet? Maybe. Nope. What was it called? Where is it? NuGet packages. What it's called. Okay. Notice. Yeah, that's one of the first things that we did, which was to include a reference, or not reference, but add a entry in the packages.config file, which I can't find, which is here, to that targets project. But what seems to be happening is Visual Studio still wants it to be there, even though I've told it to not. MSBuild auto detection using MSBuild version 4 point whatever from there. But if we run NuGet restore directly against the BoxStarter solution, then it uses 16.5.0. So the question becomes, how to fix the build. Because according to this, no, it's not according to that at all. There's something in that solution file that is causing it to curious. A little bit of a guess. Note. Something is causing, when we execute NuGet exe, when we execute the restore, what is base dir? Now I'm running against the same bloody thing, right? Where it's invoked from split path. It is, it's the same one. But the thing is though, Kim, part of the installation of, or part of the execution of the BoxStarter build is to install the Visual Studio build tools. So the version of MSBuild that this psake script is using is installed. So I checked that as well. I think I checked that as well, because part of the installation is to install the latest version of the NuGet command line package. So NuGet on this machine is 5.6, and the version that this thing is using is the one from the chocolate bin folder. So that one, not what I wanted to type at all, that is the one that the script is using. So both NuGet.exe and MSBuild.exe should be what it needs. But for some reason, while executing NuGet.exe in here, so we go back to here, while executing this thing, which is bin NuGet.exe with the restore command fails. But when I run it directly in here, it works. So something is changing between a direct invocation and running as part of the script. So what? You run it against, I run it against the solution file. So I'm at the command line, I'm trying to do the equivalent of this command here. And I believe I'm doing the equivalent, but when I run it from the command line, it works. When I run it from here, it doesn't. Is there some kind of temporary environment variable in the build script that controls the execution, or a configuration file in the working directory of the script that maybe changes the behavior? I mean, it's totally possible. Let's do a sanity check. NuGet.org. In fact, go to chocolate.org. NuGet. March version history. That's a little coincidental for my liking. A little bit coincidental. Yeah, that's what I was just looking at as well, Maurice. Oh yeah, you won't find any. That's NuGet for you. No, so it's still. Oh, look at that! Look. Okay, so pinning to version 5.4 makes it work. That's crazy. Slash version 5.4. How come I've got now 373 changes? We've got another backup. What is doing all these backups? See, GitHub, organization, BoxStarter, backup, continue, continue. Okay. So I'm going to undo this change that we made. That's just. I'm now questioning whether we need to add these things in. I don't think they do any harm in having them there, but is that something that Emma Depanda? I want to share the last thing I learned, which typing without looking 40 words per second in just 1 week. Great. This one we don't feel I've been through this process once today already. One file. I'll leave it to you. I'll leave it up to you, Maurice. Build proj. I think that's a valid change. I don't think it's related. That was me setting the version number, correct? Yes. New spec. I didn't. So all of those can change. Discard. Test proj. That one. Web. I can do this one. I can undo this one. Revert selected ranges. Meaning that nothing's changed in that file. This one converted. Excuse me, it's power. Okay. So having done that, so let's put this one up initially. Into specific version. Seems like anything above breaks something. Build process. Or now into a known working. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to push that up just now without any of these other changes. Because I'm not convinced if we need them. So git push upstream and let's watch the build on AppVeyor. I can also give people timeouts. Love it. Did that push? It did. Did it push? Yes, it did. I was looking at the wrong number. Right, let's see if pinning to NuGet serves makes any difference. This is a good example of why you should pin to specific tools being used as part of your build process. Got 18 minutes left. See, Manfred, Stevie, or Adil currently aren't moderators. They're only VIPs. But the way that they're listed here, I would have thought VIPs would have had more powers than moderators, but I don't think that's true. Could change away from the deprecated package 7-zip command line. 7-zip command line. Is that now 7-zip.portable? I'm guessing. Seven zip dot command line. Deprecated in favor of 7zip.portable. We could definitely do that. An at, so I'm guessing that an at is a moderator. So there's a difference between an at and a percentage sign. It's the same as using IRC. See, there's one of the problems that I have with this whole setup is I never used IRC. Never in my life used it. I wasn't one of the cool kids. Maybe 2017. We should probably update that then. We probably should. It just goes to show that we need to seriously look at this entire build process and decide on how best to proceed with it. Because I don't know if Paul's spoken with you yet, but one of the things he wants to do is he wants to break the. So currently we have Chocolatey, BoxStarter. So the suggestion is that we create a new one that is BoxStarter.org. So split the main PowerShell project away from the website project, so they live in their own rights. Because at the minute, the website publishing only happens when a new version of the project goes out, or when I do it manually. So the suggestion is to break this one out of here, which will mean that a lot of the stuff that gets installed as part of this build process will go away, because I don't think you need it for the main PowerShell build. So we could improve the build time of the PowerShell project and leave the publishing of the website as a separate project. So if NuGet 5.5 broke the build, it's probably this issue. Look, copy here. MSBuild restore works. Cat. NuGet product. I can create a PC project. I can just config project. Try to restore. Oh, interesting. Seems to be lots of stuff going on in there. But it says it's closed. End result of this. Gen 1 of NuGet uses packages.config. It likely didn't use MSBuild to find the config file, so the options are limited. Can you solve in a mainline way? Something that works with code. Oh. There's a lot of stuff to digest in there. But for now, I'm going to pin to an earlier version. But that's probably a good find, Maurice. No, you're not Maurice, you're Manfred. It was deprecated on Thursday, February 9th, 2017. So it's not that long ago. 3 years. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Did it just get past? Where are we at now? No, I don't think we're there yet. Or are we? I think this build is going to work. Mother Hubbard. So the only thing that actually needed to change was the version of NuGet. I suspect that everything else would have worked. So one thing I am curious about is if I go into here and I go into content one, is it this one? I'm going to delete all these files. And then the scripts folder. Delete all of these ones. So now if I do a build here, if I do my restore NuGet packages, is it going to put them back in again? It doesn't put them back in again. Doesn't put them back in unless if I go up to here and I delete those. If I go in there and delete them, will it then put them back in again? Huh. Didn't put them back in again either, look him. So there's an issue there with it not restoring those content files, but that's NuGet now doesn't really know how to handle content packages anymore, I don't think. So I think the fact that those files were getting added would need an even earlier version of NuGet in order to restore the content files contained within them. Because if we look at that, NuGet packages, actually, just look at exactly there. It was there. Packages, Bootstrap. Yeah, this whole concept of content and content files, that doesn't exist anymore in NuGet. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that back in the day, NuGet had the concept of content packages, and it would restore the contents of those content files into the respective folder in the project. That doesn't exist anymore because that's what broke liblog for Damien Hickey. NuGet as a project doesn't support that anymore. So we would need to look back at an even earlier version of NuGet. But then if we go back too far, then it won't support TLS 1.2 because so it won't be able to resolve the packages anymore. So yeah, there's definitely something going on there. But I have also got a number of pending changes here that aren't required anymore because it builds. Oh, hold on, what you're saying now? NuGet doesn't handle content files to be embedded, nor do it allow PowerShell scripts to run, which I believe Bootstrapper used to do at some point, as in the Bootstrapper within this project, copying them over. Oh, I see what you're saying. So we have a file that does something, or switch to a client. Well, yeah. So that's the other obvious choice. But like I say, there are so many discussions to have with that with regard to introducing a client-side package manager for JavaScript. So npm, npm.js. There's lots of ones where you could go down that route. Concerning the restore behavior, I thought this is a copy files property of the project. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Copy files. Hello, Kev Griff. How's it going? No, the Bootstrapper package. You're talking about this thing here. Yeah, I'm not clear on. That is why I sent out other projects. Lots of conversations interchanging here. Sorry, give me a second. Preparing. Yes, absolutely. That's why we send out messages like that to tell people to pin to those specific versions. For now, though, I fixed the build. So the main thing that I wanted to achieve tonight was a working AppVeyor build. There are some pending changes that I think make sense, but they're also obviously not a requirement for that version of NuGet. So if nothing else, these changes bring consistency, because some of the projects had them, other ones didn't. So I think I'm going to put this in as well. Make project files consistent, so that platform property as a default value. Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you were talking. Okay. So let me reread what you said based on having that in my head now. Yeah, NuGet don't handle, which I believe Bootstrapper used to do at some point. Right, I see what you're saying. So yes, but I don't think that's happening anymore. So moving away from, so NuGet is not a JavaScript package manager, and it was never intended to be. So we need to fix that at some point. But let's fix a couple of things as we're going down this little rabbit hole. So 7-zip command line is now called 7-zip portable. This is now called portable as well. Okay. We'll say build remove deprecated package, and you know what, we should probably pin to some specific versions of this as well, so that we don't break stuff. So what's currently installed, because it's currently working. So the report unit package is 121 -- version 1.2.1. I had that same thought, Maurice. That was going to be next on my list because I saw it and I was like, I need to change that. So, in fact, let's just do that, and that will help find all the ones that I need to change. Oh, you see, there's lots of them. Let's see. See if we can narrow it down a little bit. So Saki, what version of Saki is currently installed? 4.9.0. Saki dash version 4.9.0. 7-zip portable. I'll be right at the top. 7-zip portable 19.0. Dash version 19.0. Pester 4.10.1. 4.10.1. Azure PowerShell 6.9.0. 6.9.0. That one's already pinned. That one's already pinned. Already pinned. Those ones. Cinst log parser. Hold on. What am I looking at? Manfred. Is that what you're looking at for 439? Files change. Okay, fine. I'm just going to do that as part of this, and I'll close that PR because I'm already halfway down that rabbit hole. So log parser, have I got that installed? Log parser, no. Log parser 2201 2.2.0.1 because it's even looking at that. So yeah. Web deploy, really? I want to change this stuff. Web deploy. I'm not even going to try and remember that. Copy. Web deploy dash version. That one. That was log parser. This was Windows SDK version 8.1. What version be? No. Version history. Version number. This one. Dash version. Both work. It's just the way it's my muscle memory more than anything. Chocolate will parse them both. But if you want it to be there, put it in like. I'm gonna leave dash version. Choco install. Visual Studio params. Fine. That one. That one. That one. That one. Yeah, I can't speak to that one. Bin all packages to specific. Can't type. This is just good practice. this one. Change it. Built up PS1. Esther was getting into. Right, so we did it the same way. Okay. Yes. And then we were searching for since Choco install. That's just there. Documentation explicitly states that it should be. It suggests. I did that already. Just done it. The other ones I'm not touching though, because the other ones I'm not touching because there's actually a function here that I don't really know what it's doing or for why. So I'm not going to touch the ones internal to BoxStarter. What now? You remove the version. What did I do? How did that happen? Good catch. Dash dash version. Feel I'm being shouted at. Getting late here. Getting late. I'll blame that. Did I fix it? I think I'm okay now, right? Yeah, I'm not going to touch it, Manfred, because build, replace, direct message with the preferred Choco install. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do a git push upstream. Thank you. I'm going to push this. I'm going to see if this is still working on AppVeyor. And if it is, I'm going to call it a night, I think. Really? My machine's not saying that it's machine isn't saying that it's encoding overloaded or anything anymore. So I'm going to put that down to a Twitch problem. Or it is the universe telling me that it's time to go to bed, which I'm willing to accept. I'm just closing off some tabs here. Ooh, let's check to see how many build packages there are. Do community repository. That. So that's now, where are we up to? That's now 2 whole days where there hasn't been a out of memory exception when pushing packages into chocolate.org. So it's looking promising that I might have fixed the problem with pushing embedded packages to chocolatey.org. Maybes. It's not an ironclad guarantee, but it's starting to look more and more plausible that it's fixed. I'm just looking to see if there's any more embedded packages gone through in the last week while. Yeah, there's a few more. So there are some maintainers in the chat. So if you see any out of memory exceptions, which comes down as a conflict, there might be an existing package with this package version error in Chocolatey. When you're pushing embedded packages, let me know, because to all intents and purposes, I think I fixed it. Because there's only been, in the last 24 hours, there's only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 errors when pushing packages to chocolate.org. 9 of them were the Travis package, which I've now fixed with the maintainer. I've told him why it was failing validation each and every time he pushed it. And the other one was an error from one of Mike's packages, Mike Cole, who was trying to push one that's already rejected. So those are the only errors. In the last 24 hours, there's only been 10 errors, and I can explain each of them, and they have nothing to do with out-of-memory exceptions. So fingers crossed, that's now fixed. Maybes. Fingers crossed that it will keep the exception in check. I hope so. Yeah. So sorry. I was saying I hope so in response to Kim's comment, and then I saw that that's what Maurice had typed as well. There was a bunch a bit earlier today, I think, from the core team packages, none that failed, and one probably the Nord Locker. I can't see the individual package names in the search that I'm using. I can only see the person that pushed it. So those were all layer 8 issues. Yes. They are actual errors as opposed to, oh my goodness, something broke and we don't know what it was. So the other ones can be explained. The one with the Travis package, it's mainly due to the fact that we're not returning that error to choco.exe, or more specifically, choco.exe isn't hydrating that error in a way that makes sense. So we can improve on that one. There will be a change to the server side, so we'll be able to see those errors in the logs. So if you do get an error, you can at least reach out and we can try and find out what the validation error was until we can bring it back into choco.exe. Cool. So yeah, it's looking promising. It's looking promising that has been addressed. I know it's been an ongoing issue for a while now. I forget exactly how long it is now. We're talking years since it was first raised. I'm just going to go to the issue. Not that I know the number off by heart or anything like that. It was raised December 5th, 2018. So coming up on 2 years. But we might have fixed it. So basically, I said to Kim earlier in Gitter, I'm basically going to leave the code as is running for at least a week probably without pushing any new versions to chocolate.org to give it a bit of a soak test to basically see if we can say that it's fixed. How do we rebuild the current failing PR build checks? No, I shouldn't need to do that, Maurice. Apologies. Shouldn't need to do that, Manfred. Give me a sec. So, have a look at this one. This one. This one. This one. Are they all the same? Rebuild the PR. Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. No, if you rebase them, I was just going to kick the build off again, but yeah, you'll need to rebase the PR. So you'll need to, I'm saying that like I assume you know how to do that, but yeah, if you if you're happy to do that, Manfred, if not, give me a shout and I can talk you through that. Because you will need to rebase it, because it's not something I can fix on my side without. But that worked. So that's still building. So which ones are we talking about here? github.com/chocolate/BoxStarter. Have a look. Ours. Is there one in particular? So this one can get closed out. Bobby. This has been addressed as part of the work. Get it to work on AppVeyor, and as a result, no longer required. Closing comment. Don't forget to close. I think that's the one I just did. Yep. So are these what? Just do alls. It's fine. Let's just do them while I'm here. Copy. Git remote add in there. Copy. Git remote add Molnar. Git fetch Bobby. Git fetch Molnar. Close this one first. Git checkout. Fix. Wasn't called that. What was it called? Disable Bing. Disable Bing search in 2014. Git rebase on master. Git push Bobby. Git push Bobby -f. So the other Bobby one was this one. Update contrib doc. Git checkout. Update contrib doc. Git rebase on master. Git push -f Bobby. Manfred, while you're there, can you write a message to Paul to tell him that I have force pushed his 2 branches, please? And I'll need to reset those. Git checkout ph. That one. Git rebase on master. Git push -f Molnar. I'm currently doing the same on your one. And then 405. Git checkout ph-405. Git rebase on master. Git push -f to Molnar. Okay, so all those open PRs should then, well, that one was succeeding anyway, but it's, oh well. So yeah, once those finished, there should be, those PRs shall be updated and should hopefully succeed the build. Okay, for now, I am done. So thank you all for coming along tonight. Little bit of a winding path, but I think we got there in the end. So yeah, I think that's all I've got. Next week, I should probably circle back around and do cake.recipe, finish that off at some point, because that would be good to get finished off. But BoxStarter is now running again on AppVeyor, so that's good. So we got something out of tonight, so that was good. Here's a friendly reminder that but yeah, that's all I've got. So I shall see you all on the internets, and I hope you all have a good remainder of your evening. Talk to you later.